Welcome to Toolpile. Toolpile is a software to analyze a single micropile under different loading types. Let us start the design. These are some of the tabs that you need for the designing the micropile. First of all, let's start by opening a new file. Now go to project information and input some of the basics. Job number, client, engineer name, and job description.
Let us put the project name as pile, and the job number is pile test, the pile test 1, and the client as Pema, and engineer Wang Wu. Now for the description, you have to give something. So let's have new pile. Let's give it as new pile. Click the OK button. Now let's go to the program options. These are the various program options, program tabs. You can either use SI units or use customer units, but I prefer SI units. Then you need not change anything from here. These are the options below. These are the available options for conventional analysis mode. And now if you're done, click OK. Then we'll have the pile properties. This is the tab for pile properties. There we can define the section type, dimensions, and cross sections of the properties. First we'll define the section type. There are various section types. Each of these sections are different from one another, and we can also give dimensions and properties. From all the type of sections, let us choose one section. For example, let us choose a steel section pipe, steel pipe sections. Now let's give the pipe dimension, pile dimension. At the end of the section, let's keep it as 3 meter, just an example. Then let's keep the pile outside diameter 42 mm, that is in mm, and let's keep the pipe wall thickness 10 mm. Let's check the profile. See, this is 3 meter long, and this is the typical section type. Now let's give steel properties. We have two options here: yield stress of pipe and elastic modulus of pipe, that is both in kilonewton per meter square. I have already yield stress 500,000 kilonewton meter square, which is Fe 500, and the elastic modulus of pipe is 2 raised to 10 to the power 5, 2 times 10 to the power 5. Now let's close this. Let's get to the soil properties now. we have soil layers. We have a drop down list of various soil type, and then we can also define the soil properties. See, effective unit width and the cohesion. Let's this option here is the vertical depth below the pile height of top of the soil layer, and this one is the at the depth below the pile height. Let's give it as 1.5. Now let's define the soft clay properties. The effective unit weight, let's keep it as 15, and underend cohesion as 10. Then at the bottom, let's keep it as 16 and 11. Now close this layer, and if we keep the value as 0, Alpile will substitute a default value for E50. Let us add another layer of soil. Now let us choose the API sand type of soil. Then let's define the parameters. First we define the depth starting from 1.5 till 3, and let us give the soil parameters. Let's give the effective unit weight as 18 and the friction angle as 30 degrees, 19 and again 34 degrees. Okay, now let's add another type of soil which goes from 3 to 5, but let's choose this time a different soil type. Let's have sand this time. Now let us adjust the depth ranging from 3 to 5. Now give the soil parameters, whose effective unit weight is 20 kN per meter cube and has a friction angle of 36 degrees, and from the bottom 21 kN per meter cube and a friction angle of 39 degrees. Then we will close the menu. Now let's open the ground slope and better. We can have ground slope that is flat as well as inclined. If we incline the ground slope, then we have to give certain values and the system will automatically incline. If we give negative values, it will incline in the other direction. As you can see, the values can't be negative and not negative. The values that we input can't be empty. It has to be either 0 or some other numbers. We can also better the pile with respect to the y direction. See, we cannot give the value is equal to 0. Let's give the better angle as 20 degrees. Now let's go to the shift of the pile. No need to do anything here. Then let's have the profile. See, there are 3 different layers. From 1 to 1.5 meter we have soft clay. Likewise we have 1.5 to 3 meter we have API sand. We can either omit the hatches or keep the hatches. This is the soil property. It is a summary of the soil property that we put in. Then we have the 3D view. This is how our pile looks like under the 3 layers of soil. Let's move around. Now let's run the analysis. Before that, we forgot to give the loading properties. Let's give the loading here. let's click on the file load properties, and there are different kind of loads. You can just go through the drop down list and you'll find the list here. Out of the many, let us choose one, and the descriptions are given here. You can just go through, and the loading type will be as in the figure you can see in the screen. Let's choose the shear and the slope type loading, and let's give the shear as 1 kilonewton and the slope as 0, and let's have the axle load 10 kilonewton. Then you need not change anything here. We can either add and delete rows for the loading. If you're done, let's minimize the button. Now let's close the loading menu here. Then let's run the analysis. Click OK. You can click OK. Now save your file anywhere you want, but let me save it in the desktop here. Name your file and save it. Then we'll have the summarized result. You can also print the result if you want. Then if you want to have the result individually, you can get it from the buttons above there. This is the pulse deflection graph. Likewise, we can have bending moment graph. And then we can have the shear force graph for different type of soil layers, soft clay and API sand. Likewise, we can have several different results. You can go through yourself.
Thank you for your patience. Enjoy learning Lopile.